Hey guys, and today we are doing another power system. Not power system, it's basically me saying the powers that I would use or powers that I wouldn't use based off of the Wish, the Wish video I made, I think like last year. So with that being said, let's get to it. This one is actually a power I wouldn't use. Why? Because of one particular thing of how his powers work. So first of all, this is basically, a character I made, and I believe I named him Soul Mummy, but I want to rename him. So I think I'm going to just name him Soul Guard. Oh no, Soul Mummy works. Yeah, we're going to stick with Soul Mummy. Either way, his powers works because his village died over a massive crisis that was for one of the big bads. And that killed his entire island village. And they deal with sacred weapons. His sacred weapons, when he died and he was the only one left, was sacred chains, holding the souls of everyone who died on that island, seeing their souls and also basically hearing them for all eternity. But also now with the add-on, I'm giving him the power to take other souls. Why? Because I'm making him work with the underworld. Yes, he's going to work with Hades to take the souls. And the more souls he has, the more powerful he is. But he can't use soul creation, was basically using soul to make constructs, or any of his soul-based abilities without, taking a soul. So in other words, for me to use this power, I would have to go to jail. So, yeah, not worth it. And this is another power I wouldn't use. I wouldn't use this power, and it's solely because, again, of how it's used. First of all, this is my superhero character, well, Kaiju. His name is going to be Kaiju, more because Kid Kaiju is already took. How much he's not really just a kid anymore. This drawing, he is at least 14. But, yeah, he has the power to, whatever Kaiju he touches, he's able to take their abilities and put it onto his body. The maximize of that on power I gave to him is that now he can change form into any body part he wants into a Kaiju power. That being said, he can also evolve them into their peak form of their powers, even doing into a full form. But the thing is this, his power revolves around him touching a Kaiju. And for right now, we don't know if Kaiju exists. There's a possibility that dinosaurs could be equivalent of a Kaiju. But again, I would have to test that myself, but I don't think it would work. So yeah, this is another power that I couldn't use, basically because of how the power works. Another one is the I think I never even gave this guy a name. But let's give him a name now. We're going to name him Hardscale. Why? Because of his power. Him and his brother are basically, and this is power. We'll talk about the powers before I say powers I wouldn't or would use. He's able to manipulate, release a sonic wave off of his tail to attract and detract any metal, also any person or anything. He's also able to make forms of scales that are able to use as shield and also as a weapon that he can use on his two arms. Him and his brother, he got their powers by making a creature and fusing them into their bodies. I could use this power. Now the magnetic tail, that would be interesting, especially since I can do that. And also the fact that I get super strength with it, and I can still create scales from my body, turning them into weapons and armor. Yeah, I definitely would use this power. It's a power I wouldn't use very much, but it's a power that would seem useful. And we have Hardenvine. Hardenvine is a superhero character that gets her powers from actually controlling nature. Well, Green is controlling nature, but she's actually able to harness and control, harness and harness and increase the durability on anything that she puts onto it. So basically, purple will be hardening something. So she hardens it, but she also makes it float. Her able to float it and make it and throw it. The add-on I did for this character was that I gave this person the power. I cut off her arm. This allows her to be really connected to her nature abilities of fusing her powers to her entire body. And also able to harden the structure onto her arm way more than she could do for any other thing around her. I think that's a pretty good thing. Also, I increased her nature power by time 1,000. And to add on another thing, I want to add that she can communicate to nature. Why? I think it's a nice ability. And then we have Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon, he is the brother of the other one I just told you guys about. He created a Cyber Dragon. They did both. I should have mentioned this earlier. They both did this for then they can stop an evil person who was basically going to cause mass mayhem, who was also the big bad, by the way. So he can fly, he can do a Cyber Dragon Scream, energy blast, well, and also he can absorb technology, getting their knowledge. He can go inside of technology to basically be like miniature teleportation, but he can only go through another technology. And also and his wings can create a data shield around him, or any form of a data construct weapon, or spikes, I should say. He can't make weapons, but he can make like hardened spikes and stuff. And I would actually use this power. It would be useful, and one, because I can fly, but another thing is because I can use dip boots, and also I have instant armor. You guys are wondering, these are the creatures that they made that they fused to their bodies. So yeah. So we have Mantis Hop, or Cyber Mant Hop. And also, that's pretty much short for a grasshopper, so grasshop, cyber hop, you get it. Either way, this person was actually, he's an alien species that is racially known for only hopping around, and this person found ancient technology that was made but was prevented from using. This caused this whole situation to happen, and he grabbed it and used it. Now he has his whole tire powered and then enhanced. There we go. And also the fact is that he's also able to what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, when he dies, this power will take the enhanced abilities that it was given to him and give it to anyone who ever touches it. And this is Magma Force. Obviously, his power is that he's immune to magma, but only from his arms and from his legs. With that being the case, I'm actually giving him the ability not to just shoot lava from his hands and arms, but him to able to turn them into pure lava that he can manipulate and control. And also giving him armor that is completely lava resistant. Both of the powers I showed are powers that I would definitely use, because, well, I would use lava just because of the fun of it. And also, trust me, I'll be intrigued. And the jumping? It'll be interesting, I will say that. Okay. So for the first character, I have to show this. Well, not the first, but still, one of the characters is, and this is disgusting, but his name is Plague, and the reason why is because he actually has a very terrible power. One, he's indestructible. He can't die from anything, and he's also stretchable. We can still feel pain, but the thing is that he has a massive disease. Basically, the more diseases he gets, the more that he will start getting bumps all over his body. That being said, also the disease that's in his body will also start growing and connecting, making new diseases. So it's basically an unstoppable thing. They can throw it and throw it out, being hit with his pus, what is disgusting. And basically he has so many disease to the point that he would kill someone in the middle, like, you can't even touch him. I gotta say, this guy's really fucking disgusting, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't use his power, especially knowing the risk of this. Now we have Soul Palm. Soul Palm is actually a legal meta fighter who fights illegally with his powers. His powers is that he has blue flames, and these things hurt. But the more they burn and the more they take over his body, the more his soul will vanish. And with that being said, I would never use this power because how much I am broken still because of me getting dumped. Losing my soul permanently does not sound good, especially knowing me. Yeah, I don't think I should use this power. Next one is the villain Gas Can. Um, in the and this guy has the ability that his stomach has been rearranged to make any type of gas. And to make any type of gas, he's also able to make any form of remedy. Making poison or making a chemical that was never seen before. Also, this is like how his body physically transforms. So this is actually his physical body. And I have a problem with it because, how can I say this? Me using this power would mean that I can't eat. Because if you guys have noticed, he doesn't have a mouth. And I like eating food. So trust me, I like to eat my food. Okay? I like to eat my food. Other than that, I miss my hand and I need the hand, okay? So in other words, yeah, I wouldn't use this power. Alright, that is it for this one. I will be editing the footage some point later today, probably. Hope you guys are having a good 4th of July. I know usually this holiday I would make well, a superpower character, and today's anti-heroes, I believe. Yeah, it's anti-heroes. So in other words, because it's anti-heroes, I should be making a 4th of July one. I will probably make that somewhat today. Maybe not, who knows. But I hope you guys are having a good 4th of July. See you guys later. From Thunder.